Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Noyon Rana, undergraduate student, Department of Economics, Shahjahan University of Science and Technology, Sylhet. Today I am going to explain you Mundell Fleming model. What is Mundell Fleming model? The Mundell Fleming model, also known as the ISLM BOP model, is a key framework in international economics, developed independently by economists Robert Mundell and Marcus Fleming in the 1960s. The Mundell Fleming model is an economic framework that analyzes the interactions between domestic and international economic variables in an open economy. It emphasizes the impact of exchange rate regimes, monetary and fiscal policies, and external shocks on an economy's performance. Overall, the model offers a practical guidance for understanding and managing economic policies in a globalized world. Assumptions of Mundell Fleming models. Aggregate supply curve is flat. Purchasing power parity does not hold. The size of a current account surplus depends on the real exchange rate and negatively on real income. Exchange rate expectations is static. Capital mobility is less than perfect, and the capital mobility is shown by the external balance schedule. Before Mundell-Fleming model, I'm going to explain some terms like balance of payment locus. BOP equilibrium is obtained when the flow of capital across the exchange is just sufficient to finance the current account deficit or absorb the surplus. It means when the current account deficit offsets the capital account surplus, we get the balance of payment equilibrium. Of trade line or TT line. Given interest rate, the terms of trade line plots the combinations of income and exchange rate. When the function of income and exchange rate equal to 0, TT line is upward sloping. In this graph we see point A is the left side of TT line. So on the left side of TT line there is a current account deficit. CA is less than 0, vice versa at point C. Balance of payment line. Given exchange rate, the balance of payment line plots the combination of exchange rate and interest rate. Consider it with BOP equilibrium at f of yi equal to 0. BP line is upward slope. In this graph we see point A is the left side of BP line. So on the left side of BP line there is BOP deficit. BOP is less than 0 and vice versa at point C. Flow of fund, which is called FF line. Given income, the flow of fund line plots the combinations of exchange rate and income that clears the forex market at f of yi equal to 0. Line is downward sloping. In this graph we see that FF line is downward sloping. Plain Mundell Fleming model. In these sections we will see graphically how under the floating rate monetary expansion happens in any economy. If we consider the equilibrium point A below where the interest rate I naught, exchange rate R naught and BOP line is in equilibrium, point A and point A lie in the BP and FF line respectively. With the associated exchange rate, money and product market clear at I naught and Y naught point. On the TT line at point E there is a CA deficit. So from the upper right sections of the graph we can say that at point A the money market, output market, forex market is in equilibrium. As in E in TT line indicates that current account is in balance and point A on FF line shows that the money flow fund is in balance. We can say that there is no inflow or outflow of assets. Let's suppose if there is a monetary expansion, so the money supply will increase and the money supply curve will shift from M0 curve to right at M1. As a result, the equilibrium point moves from A to C. At point C, the money markets and output market is in equilibrium, but forex market is not in equilibrium. Because of a money supply increase in interest rate, I will move down from I0 to I2. But as the forex market is not in equilibrium, the interest rate can't stay in I2 permanently. As we know, when interest rate decrease, there will be an increase in exchange rate R, which leads to devaluation. Because of exchange rate increase, the BP line will shift to right from R0 to R1. Also, the money market, output market, forex market will be in equilibrium slowly, so the equilibrium point will shift from C to P. Then the output will increase from y0 to y1, and this will shift the FF line from y0 to y1. For the new equilibrium at point B, the interest rate I will increase from I2 to I1, and it will interrupt new FF line at point B. Now we know at the right side of TT line here is a CA surplus, and the point F is the right side of TT line, so we can say that CA is a surplus at point F. So at point F there will be a current account surplus and capital account deficit is in the economy. Summary of this graph is, for a permanent expansion of home money, LM curve shifts rightward. Point C cannot be an equilibrium. As the exchange rate depreciates, the IS curve shifts outwards to IS. At last, the economy settles at point B. The external sectors is returned to equilibrium. There is a current account surplus at point E. This is the overall summary of this graph. In another case of Mundell Fleming model, fiscal expansions under flattening rates. Okay, in this case, with a fixed money stocks and constant price level, the LM curve is unmoved. Fiscal expansion shifts the IS curves to the right. The new IS curves the original LM curves at point C with a higher interest rate and causes an influx of funds, which in turn means an emerging excess demand for domestic currency. The home currency must therefore appreciate, and gradually home goods become less attractive to foreigners, shifting the IS curves back to the left and pushing the interest rate some of the way back to its pre-expansion level. The process comes to an end when the combinations of exchange rate and interest rate are such that domestic equilibrium is restored. At B, on the lines marked IS, LM, and BP, note that the BP line shifts to the left because of the appreciations of home currency. In the external sectors, the outcomes is a current account deficit because the interest increase in income and appreciations of home currency. In case of perfect capital mobility, the BP and FF curves are flat. The IS curve cannot move other than temporarily. This is because with BP and LM curve unaffected by the disturbance, the combinations cannot change. The system must remain at A, and exchange rate must move to keep IS curve unchanged, and thus the impact of fiscal spending is in nil. Here is the overall summary of the graph. Fiscal expansion shifts the IS curves to the right. The new IS curve cuts the original LM curve at point C. Therefore, the home currency appreciate. The process comes to an end when domestic equilibrium is restored at point B. The outcome at point E is a current account deficit. Comparison between monetary and fiscal expansions of Mundell Fleming model. In the Mundell Fleming models of a floating exchange rate, monetary and fiscal expansion increases causes depreciations in the exchange rate in monetary expansions. On the other hand, in fiscal expansions, appreciation in the exchange rate. In monetary expansion, an increase in income. On the other hand, in a fiscal expansions, an increase in income provided capital is not completely mobile. In monetary expansion, a fall in the interest rate provided capital is not completely mobile. In fiscal expansion, a rise in the interest rate provided capital is not completely mobile. In monetary expansion, an improvement is the current account of the balance of payment. On the other hand, in fiscal expansion, a deterioration in the current account of the balance of payments. Okay, from the above comparison, it can be depicted that in the case of fixed price monetary expansion is desired. Thank you everyone for listening my video. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you.